Hey guys, how's everybody doing? My quantum secret to manifest anything, anything you desire. How's everybody doing today? We'll do another insightful live today. Everybody's getting on here. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit here. Maybe I can adjust that right there. Yeah, that may be better right there. Okay. So, hey, how's everybody doing today, by the way? See, everybody's here. Hello. Grand Rising, everyone. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday. Greetings from Germany. Hey. Hey, Mark. What is cause and effect? That's a good question. What's up, Mark? Hi. Hey. 12 meaning. It's Sunday already. I know, right? Crazy, right? Say Sunday fun day, right? Okay. So everybody's doing. I guess we could jump up into some questions then, right? Patiently waiting on my jackpot. Somebody put that. Australia, nice. Mark, please talk about limitations of a conscious mind. The lower mind. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We're gonna do all of that. I can talk about all of that. How do you, Mark? How do you get an X back? Why would you want an X back? They're an X for a reason. Delaware here. So I guess we could go with the first one, right? What is cause and effect? Basically, I want to get this. Let me see if okay, basically, cause and effect would be. Okay, let me get this one. Okay, cause and effect. So what is cause and effect? So basically, cause and effect. I want to put it the easiest way for you to understand it. All right, so let's just go use like an energy thing. So let's say the wind. You can't see the wind. The wind, you can see the effect of the wind. Like if you see a tree blowing, that's an effect. The cause was the wind. So cause and effect are energy in motion that creates effects on physical, non-physical things. Everything that you see around you has a cause, and then the effect comes. The interesting thing though about cause and effect is as follows. The interesting thing about cause and effect is that we do it backwards when we're going to create our world. And what do I mean by that? You see what tricks us is when we see our external reality world, right? When we look outside, did you know that's not a cause, that's an effect? But most people, when they see their outer world, they don't see it as an effect. Rather, they see it. I want to make this very easy for you to understand. They see it as a substantial, real thing. You see, your outside world is an effect. It's not a cause. So, I put it bluntly, like where you're at right now, what you're doing right now, the point of your life you're in right now is a direct effect from a cause. So something is causing you to be where you're at right now. And what you're experiencing is the effect. So what most people try to do, here's what they do. They try to change the effect. It's not going to work. Because they get confused. They think the effect is a cause. Because they can physically see it with their senses and they can analyze it and they have some control over it. They think they can change it. Does that make sense? So an effect comes from within our mind. Everything we create is come from internal, guys. The world you're watching right now is a effect caused by your your predominant thinking, your predominant awareness, your predominant attention. So that's what I want you to understand. See how it works? Yeah.
I'm trying to get a roller coaster. I think it's $75.
Right. So the thing is, people, we have to understand, you know, as the title says, my quantum secret to manifest anything would be as follows. It would be that we live in this quantum field, and within this field is where I get everything I want from this field. And I know how to access this field. I access this field through a very simple technique. I access the field through observation, through persistence, through patience, through focus, through meditation, through visualization, through affirmations. That's how I access the field. That's the way you access this field. Once you access this field, the field will pick up the information that we need to create our world. That's how the field works. The field says, okay, what are you sending me? You're sending me a vibration here. And the field says, okay, let's see what you want, man. And then the field goes out, boom, and gets it for you. That's the field I'm talking about here. Excuse me while I try to get this up the car here. Yeah, really good. So, does that make sense? How do you stop limiting beliefs? Oh, limiting beliefs. We gotta do those on a subconscious, unconscious level. You can't limiting beliefs. You can't stop limiting beliefs consciously. There are some limiting beliefs you can stop consciously. These are the ego limiting beliefs. In our ego, we have. I wonder if you know this, right? Do you know that we have like 2 sets of beliefs, right? You know that? You know that, guys? Thank you. Fatima, $9.99. I love those. I see those synchronicities. Oh, I have that super chat. That's good. Where you guys can jot in and give a donation and all that good stuff. So they enable that. I see that super chat. $9.99. Thank you. Yeah. So did you guys know that we actually like have 2 sets of beliefs, right? We have like the unconscious beliefs. Unconscious beliefs now, they're not like. So let me. I guess you got to know what beliefs are though to get this. All right. So when I say 2 sets of beliefs, here's what I'm talking about. In the subconscious mind, your unconscious mind, there's beliefs there, but they don't operate like conscious beliefs. So in your subconscious mind, beliefs are called emotions and feelings. So in your subconscious, these beliefs are stored as emotions or triggers. That's the belief. In the conscious mind now, these beliefs are stored analytically, logically. It's like, I believe I can do this. I believe I'm successful. Those are conscious beliefs. And then below you have the subconscious beliefs. Does that make sense? All right. Why are we born on 3D? Why not higher dimension? All right. The reason we're born on 3D is because our brains haven't evolved high enough to get to higher dimensions. At some point moving forward, maybe a million years from now, people that are born will be born on a higher dimension. Because by that time, the brain will evolve enough to where we have telepathy. Humans will be more telepathic. We'll speak with the mind instead of our voice. But I want to go back to the belief thing though. So check this out, right? In the belief thing is powerful because in your conscious mind, you have the logical, analytical belief. You can remove those beliefs. Those beliefs are the ones where I always talk to you. I say, hey, you have to question your beliefs. If a belief doesn't serve you, you can change a belief by just questioning the belief. Like saying, hey, is this belief true? And then look for examples to show you that the belief isn't true, which 99% of the time those beliefs aren't true. But however, you can do that in a conscious mind. However, in your subconscious mind, it's a lot more trickier because the beliefs in your subconscious mind, they're not analytical, right? So I can't challenge those beliefs and talk to those beliefs like I can do with my ego. So those beliefs work different And the reason, and those beliefs are the ones that get us. Those are the ones you want to change because they are more powerful than my regular beliefs, because they give me emotion and they give me triggers, and my subconscious reacts to triggers and emotions, which put me in a trance. It literally hijacks my thinking mind and make me do something that otherwise I wouldn't want to do. That's why they're so critical. All right? See how that works? We're just doing quantum entangled, our consciousness, or something else, but we're still in higher dimensions. Right, so yes, your true being, or who you truly are, your higher self, that's always in high dimensions. But we operate primarily on a lower self because of our conscious ego. Our regular minds operate on that premise. But your soul or intuition or your higher self, and actually your subconscious mind isn't even in 3 dimensions. Did you know that? Yeah, so you could say that that's why I say you're a multidimensional being. So you're actually in 2 planes, 2 dimensions at the same time. I wonder if you knew that. Yeah, your subconscious doesn't live in 3D. However, your conscious lives in 3D. Mark, how can my subconscious live in another dimension, but yet my conscious is in this dimension? That doesn't make sense. Right? Well, I can show you how it works. So your subconscious lives above 4, and you could say it's in 5 dimensions. The reason why is because in your subconscious there is no time there. The dimension of time doesn't exist. So that means your subconscious exists in a higher plane. Only the now, or the constant present, is in the conscious mind, subconscious. Now in the 3D world, or we call it 4D world, we live in a time linear construct. So every day we get up, we are conditioned to be creatures of time and habit. We know, okay, where we gotta go, what time I gotta be there. Your body developed these circadian clocks, rhythms. So then we develop psychological time. So when you feel like, oh, it's 4 o'clock, it feel like it's 5 o'clock, you feel this later, it's sooner. But those are things that we developed to make sense of our 3D world, or 4D world. Time is considered 4th dimension, by the way. So we're actually multidimensional beings. Your true essence is not in this world. And this is why when you can get like genius ideas, you see how it comes in. That's why you can get these super heightened intuition. That's how you can like manifest and win the lottery. That's how you can see numbers in your dreams, and they play them and they win, because you can see those are coming from somewhere else. You'd see your subconscious comes from a dimension where our senses are limitless in that dimension. Does that make sense? Are you guys seeing how that works? Yeah. It's crucial. It's cool. Look, this stuff is crucial for you to know, man, because the more you know this stuff, the better you can become awakened, and then you can change course and like literally change your life. Every part of your life can be done. Remember I talked about this. I said there are requirements to manifest. Okay, who's asking this here? We have someone here says, why do I always somehow get the opposite, the contrast from what I want first? Okay, now good question, and that goes back to what we talked about earlier. That when things are happening like that, we have 2 contradicted beliefs going on. When I talk about it, I say you have 2 beliefs. So if you're manifesting something, you're getting the opposite, it usually means one mind is fighting the other mind. Otherwise, you wouldn't get contradictory stuff. So that means there's a faulty belief system, and it's usually 90% of the faulty belief is your subconscious mind. So that's a sign that you have a block or limiting belief, so you want to go work that out so you can fix that. When you fix that now, you're going to get alignment. Conscious beliefs are going to match subconscious desires and beliefs, and that's you're going to get what you want. And you're not going to get the contrast or the crazy hiccups going on there. See how that works? What about other person's free will? I'm trying to manifest him. Well, that's the thing now. They have free will. So what you can do the process. You can manifest him or her, but you also got to be open and just remember that your higher self is in charge here, and it knows what's best for you, and it'll get you the perfect thing to match you. So even if it doesn't work out, remember, when things don't work out, things don't work out, things don't happen to you, everything happens for you. We got to get out of the victim mentality. And here comes the rain. So I guess the rain will make it a little better, right? Hear the nice raindrops on the car. Actually cool with the rain. You know, it's hot here, so good to get a little bit of rain. Now it looks like it's not going to be that bad. Rainy season here. How do we manifest something? Like, how does that process occur? Okay, yeah. Now, the majority of the manifesting process is not known because it's beyond our senses. But we do have an idea how we manifest stuff. So here's how it works. Here's how you manifest stuff. Okay. I've done this tons of time, and I'll go over it again to show you the process of manifestation. So we are bodies. Within our bodies we have cells. When you break your cells down, we see the molecule. When you break the molecule down, we get into the quantum world. That's where we have particles. We break those particles down, we get into the string theory realm of energy bands. Okay? Now, when we manifest something, is our thought or our energy frequency goes into the quantum world. From the quantum world is a blank slate. It's called the unified field, or the field. Within that field, there's a potential of every possible thing in an unformed that's moving around all the time. Everything that has ever happened or is any possible thing that you can desire is in the field, but it's just in raw data. When you go into the field, your attention to the field affects it somehow, the observer effect. So you are connected. So when I think of a car I desire, I go into the field. The field now starts to move those particles to become into my 3D world, and with enough focus, attention, visualization, so forth, that car will become a material thing where I can drive it and experience. That's the simplest way for me to explain manifestation. Quantum physics is a science that shows us how everything comes into existence. That's manifesting. Does that make sense? Thank you, April Goodman. $2. Nice. How can we prevent our memories from changing our desired state? You change your memory. That's how you do that. Simple. Memories are holographic. We can change our memories. Did you know that you can actually have a bad memory, and then did you know that you can go back into your memory and change that bad memory into something positive? It's going to feel illogical to you because your ego is going to tell you that you're lying or this ain't working. But the reason you should do that, the reason you should all change any memory to good memories or something positive, is because your subconscious mind will accept that new memory because it cannot think. It's not going to question it. It's going to just store that as a new memory. And that new memory is going to do what? It's going to change what? Check it out. You're going to change your feelings. Your feelings are going to change your emotions. Your emotions are going to dictate your actions. Your actions are going to dictate your habits. Your habits are going to become something real, a manifestation. So if someone's struggling with trauma, this is something that you can do. And I do this when I do my coaching. I teach people how to change their emotional map and get their feelings together. But that's how you change it. How do we assume the things or persons is it exactly how they are? Gotta be more specific on that. Mark, please talk about maintaining strong faith when you know it's done, but it's still on the way. The easiest way to maintain strong faith is to keep busy. Um, because if you lag around, your ego is going to get into it. So keep busy mean work on other aspects of your life. There's always stuff we can work on, other things you can learn and move on. And then just live in a state of expectation. You know it's going to happen, but you don't have to know when it's going to happen. That's going to increase your faith. Another way to increase faith is constant visualizing or surrounding yourself with your desire. See, like watching stuff about your desire, seeing other people or whatever it is. I mean, because whatever you want to manifest, it's already out there somewhere, and somebody has already done it or experienced it. So it's best for you to watch programs or keep yourself inspired by those type of things. That's going to keep your faith up. That's how you master faith. What are dreams? Technical term for dreams are the unconscious cleaning house. That's what dreams usually are. In your subconscious mind, it communicates to you. Whenever your subconscious mind is, let's say, deleting information, they'll come in dreams. That's why you have so much dreams they don't make sense. We call that subconscious gibberish. But majority of dreams don't have meaning. So dreams are your subconscious talking to you, telling you something about your body, about your lifestyle, about what you need to change, about what's going to be good for you. They're always messages. That's what dreams are. That's how the unconscious work. All right? What can we practice to quiet the ego and allow the changes to happen within our subconscious mind? All right. Look, to quiet the ego, I'm gonna give you the magic word, okay? For anybody who wants to quiet their ego, you have to do this. Ready? Listen to this. Watch. You have to say this exact words. You have to go like this. You have to say, "Hey, listen. Everything is okay. Hey, stop it. Hey, what did I tell you? Only positive stuff." Do it right now. If your ego's bothering you, you're gonna see how fast your ego runs. I don't even have to explain that one. I'm not even going to explain that one. Alan Winston, whoa, $30. Thank you, Alan. I'm not even going to explain that one. I could explain it, but it is so powerful. I'm not even going to explain it, because you're going to do it yourself, and you're going to see the results. You're going to say, "Dang, man, what? How does this work? Why does it work?" That's all. Every time, that's all I do. When my mind is racing, I just go like this. "Hey, stop it. Relax." It goes whoop. Like this. It goes whoop. And then I go back again and I say, "Look, man, I told you." This is me. That's what I'm talking about. I said, "Look, man, I told you. Bring in positive stuff. Stop bringing me these unwanted thoughts." That's that. Gotta remember, guys, your mind is a tool. It's you. You can tell it whatever you want to tell it, but it won't work until you talk out loud. Now, you can't do this in your head, because then it's not gonna work. You have to do this like what I just said, talking out loud. You go practice for yourself. You just saved $2,000 right there. Because if you go to a psychiatrist or psychiatrist, that's what they're going to charge you, and that's exactly what they're going to tell you to do. Or a psychotherapist. Okay. Mark, I hear an inner voice confirming my end desire. Is that my higher self? Yes. That's a good way to put it. Your higher self will be the inner voice. Your higher self, the higher self voice will be like a mother, like a comforting, authority, trusting mother voice. The ego voice will be more like that little brother that's always hyper or always thinks he knows it all. That's the best way for you to make sense of these voices. Is my third eye open because I'm awake? No. You can be awake and your third eye not open. Remember, awakeness is a state of awareness. So you become awake by being aware of certain things, which elevates your consciousness. When your third eye opens now, it just takes your awakeness to a super level. You get into the level now of having premonitions dreams. You get to the level now of being able to see events in real time in your mind. You get to the level now of walking around people and feeling their energy and knowing something is off. It's like a whole different game up there. Okay, who we have here? Schengen Trim. Thank you, Schengen. So you have a question here. Thanks for the $10. I have made my own subliminal that are masked with what Scouts H music over top. I can't hear the words at all. Is this okay? Do subliminals help heal negative feelings from childhood? So if you notice, I kind of have trouble reading these questions is because I don't know, man. I'm on my phone, so when the app or when I put the questions up, it keeps blinking, so it won't stay still. So I have to like do that. But to answer your question, yes, subliminals work 100%. They're actually the only thing known right now to science besides hypnosis that can remove your limiting beliefs. They'll remove all type of beliefs. They are very powerful, especially the mask ones, because the mask ones will go exit your critical divide and go right to your subconscious. So keep using those. Mark, when do we no longer need to visualize the wish fulfilled and let go? When your body tells you to. When you feel like you don't want to anymore. That's when the time is right. Is it smart to play one quick pick and then custom numbers on same ticket, or one or the other? So here's my rule of thumb with the lottery. I always do quick picks unless I have a vision or a dream of numbers. So let's say I do have numbers that I dreamt. I'll play those numbers and I'll do my quick pick. So I always play my regular numbers and I always incorporate a couple quick picks. It's weird when you look up the meaning of dreams and what they mean. Okay. I have my own subliminals. Yes, the guy, he donated $10. I just answered his questions about the subliminals. Mark, will you be saving this video for us later to refer? Yeah, this video is gonna be up live. I mean, on the YouTube for you guys. See how it works? Why do I get trauma-related dreams always? I know that's trauma, but I'm not able to change it. So the reason you get trauma-related dreams all the time, because something specifically happened in your life that has been submissive or put down. Now let me show you something about your subconscious mind. Number one, it doesn't like change. It likes to take the path of least resistance. But there's also another unique thing about the subconscious mind. It wants to protect you. So sometimes in our life we will have traumatic things that happen when we're young, and the mind will actually bury it alive because it was so traumatic. Your mind will cover it up as if it never happened, and then you don't remember it. And then when you grow up, and if you're getting really like trauma stuff, that's a suppressed emotion, and that's where now you want to go and use these subliminals to bring it up, because that's how the mind works. When sometimes kids go through traumatic, maybe they go through like stress or abuse or anything very traumatic. I've seen this with people who had like accidents or real traumatic stuff. Their mind like blocks it out, and they literally don't even remember it. So if you're experiencing something like that, that's what's happening. What does it mean when subs play back in your dream? Your subconscious has accepted the subliminal, so it starts to work. Mark, are dreams our consciousness experiencing a parallel universe? Yes, I believe so. Because the reason I believe so, let me fix this right here. Sorry about my hands right there. The reason I believe so is because the thing about dreams is, and I said this before, if you see people you don't recognize in your dream, it's impossible. It's only two things. Your subconscious can't make you see strangers in your dream. Your subconscious can only show you people you've actually met or seen. So if you're having dreams, and I'm sure I have this and all of us have, I've had dreams before where I've seen total strangers or people that I've never seen anywhere. So it means that either I saw the person and I didn't remember seeing the person, or that person is from another parallel universe, because my subconscious cannot show me a person that doesn't exist in this earth. If I see somebody I haven't seen, I'm seeing someone from another world. Your subconscious can only show you people you've ever seen in your dreams. Trippy, right? That's good. Should I think of a specific person all day, like you said in your video? All your productive stuff. Look, I never said you should think of a specific person all day now. You'll create resistance. What I may have said is, if you're going to focus on a specific person, do it in a way that it doesn't create resistance. Because if you start thinking of people too long, you're going to create resistance. Okay. Most likely, every human individual, there are over 10,000 parallel realities, then another 10 million on top of that. Yeah, well, to get technical, they're infinite. You can't even count it. What does it mean if I found an old lottery ticket, I signed in my jacket during one of your lives? That's a sign. If you're playing a lottery, it's a sign you're going to win. Your astral body is in a prison trapped in dreamland. I could believe that. Do you feel it's harder to bring money into your reality when on your last dime? Yeah, I feel it's harder because you're going to be in a lack mentality, a lack mode. You know, I say this, guys. You got the thing about money, man. Money has a personality. Money is like a person. It has feelings. Money has feelings, people. The same way you feel about money, same way it's going to feel about you. Think about that. Let me repeat that. Same way you feel about money, same way it's going to feel about you. So when you hear like money is the root of all evil, money going to stay away from you. Because you say, I'm evil, I ain't coming by you. You don't want me, so I'm not going to come around you. Too much money ain't good. You ain't going to get too much money. Money's going to stay away from you again. I don't love money. Money say, I don't love you either. People don't understand the game, man. You know, I want to give you an advice. Stay away from teachers that tell you to not love money or to don't want enough money. Stay away from teachers or anything that's telling you that, because money is an important facet of our lives, people. We need money to do what you got. You know, you need money to fulfill your purpose. It takes money to do what I'm doing here. It takes money for me to reach all of you people, so to change all of your lives. You realize that? It's a tool. So if you're in a state of lack or feeling like too much money ain't good, you're not gonna come to you, point blank. So you literally have to respect money and have a feeling and money is like it's like a relationship. Like you have your girlfriend or your boyfriend or a marriage, you have to be in that 100%. You have to love money. You have to show money respect. You don't want to squander money. You don't want to disrespect money, because it's a energy, and it's going to come back to you the way you want it, man. So anybody's telling you, oh, money is this and money is, you better not, you listen to them, you're going to be in a lack, you're going to be living a lack life, point blank. If you want to live a lack life, that's your choice. You have free will. Son, you can do that. But I love me some money, and money loves me, and money for me is a tool. And I realize that because I know with money, I can fulfill my purpose. And the more I fulfill my purpose, the more money comes to me. The more money comes to me, the more money I circulate back out. And I love doing it. And I've helped people, and people help me. And me and money, we are like a great relationship. Money always looking for Mark. Money's chasing Mark all the time. And I welcome money to chase me. I don't play hard to get when it comes to money. A lot of people play hard to get. Gotta understand the game, people. But 90%, majority of people, and this is what the Matrix do to you, man. They use religion and they use certain dogmatic teachings, and they say, whoa, money is this. And those are the same people that have billions of dollars, living a luxurious life, and they're telling you money ain't good for you. But they're living it good. Why they do that? Because they want to have control. They want to have high class, low class. You have to be smart and understand, guys, that all of this stuff is our energetic, conscious things. So if you and your parents grew up with money strugglings, you're gonna always have a struggle with money. You know? So keep that in mind. I'm keep it real with you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, because I was on YouTube and I was just watching I was just checking out stuff. I don't see a lot of spiritual teachers. They always put money and spirituality is not like the best thing. They separate them. In order to be spiritual, you have to be free of all this stuff, and you got to be like constantly meditating and live off in a grid. There's nothing wrong with that, but they don't understand that you are signifying the very thing that you are working for, which is abundance. You're creating lack. And the thing with money, people don't understand how money works. And here's how money works. See, I understand that the money, like the dollar and the digital currency that, you make a bank account, I know that's made up. I know it doesn't have any value because we give it value. So I know that. So because we give it value, I know it's a tool. So it's not like I love the value thing. I love the tool. That's why I love money, the tool. See that? It's a tool that I can use. Why other law of attraction didn't go deep on universal laws? Many law of attraction don't know the universal laws. They want to control our minds. They don't want us to know the truth. Money is a true blessing. That's correct. And let me bring it to you home. If you believe the Bible, you read the Bible. I'm going to show you something from the Bible. And there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that I agree with, but a majority of it I don't, because I know it's all illustrations and it's like parables and things like that. But it's just to run it home to you. And if you're a Bible person, they talk about the God in the sky. Check this out. All of God's people, his top people, you know what they had in common? The ones that he really loved and all that stuff they say. You know what they have in common, people? They are stinking rich. Solomon, Lot, Abraham, King David. They were very rich men. Kings, temples. They weren't poor. Which one is that one that which is the one that he put all the parable where he says God made him lose his family, or forgot his name. It's not Lot. Who's that guy? Job. Job was stinking rich. Right. When to let on my specific. So you wake up early in the morning, 3 a.m. How you know? Not 3 a.m. but sometimes 4 or 5 o'clock. But usually no later than 6 a.m. I'm up. I am God. Yes, you all are gods. We are in different dimensions. When to let go on my specific person manifestation. When to let go on a specific person manifestation. Immediately, as soon as you visualize the person, for a couple, whatever, maybe a couple days, let it go. Let the energy circulate and let the energy go get them and bring them back to you. See how it works? You got to do that, man. With relationships and things, it's a tricky thing to navigate. I have a video I'm putting out, I think Tuesday, about deep on relationship. I know you guys love those 2-hour ones, so I got a great one coming for you on Tuesday. So you're gonna learn a lot about relationships and people and all that type of stuff. So I won't go too much into it here, but it's gonna be a very shocker. All right. See how that works? How can we detach from our desires when it's something of the most important to us? Whoa! I'm glad you asked that question, because your question is your answer. Let me repeat that again. I want to read that again. This is a good one here. Where did I pass it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. How can we detach from our desires? How can we detach from our desire when it's something of the most importance to us? Here's where you want to take out. Most importance to us. When something is most important to you, you're in a state of lack. Repeat that. If something is more important to you, you're in a state of lack. You're pushing away that thing from you. Nothing should be above you. So that's why you're going to always be attached, because you think it's something important. You think it's beyond you. So the secret really is to bring everything down lower than your, don't bring everything down to your level. Bring it below your level so you can look above it, so you can be above it. Because people, you are the creators. Your world is dictated by you. What you think and all the stuff you're putting out, you are you are the star, the director, the actor, and the writer of this. You're in a play right now. Each person is in their own mini movie. Okay? Each person is in their own mini movie, man. You give yourself permission to excel, or you give yourself permission to decel. And this all comes to your unconscious mind, by the way. So you have to bring every desire. The lottery, the reason why I'm so successful in winning the lottery is because I always bring the lottery down below my level. I look at the lottery just as a fun game, and I know it's going to happen. I'm just always happy and not even worried about it. I just skip to my loo, do, and the lottery always chase me. These numbers always chase me, man. That's not the lottery. Anything. There's nobody. Everything I bring down and see that, okay, it's not above me. Because it's very important to do that. It's critical to do that because you need self-confidence to manifest correctly. Repeat that. You need self-confidence to manifest correctly, meaning to get what you want. You have to have self-confidence. And when you bring things down and below, it gives you a sense of confidence, which infuses your mind to believe it. When the mind believes it, it's going to achieve it. When the mind believes it, it will achieve it. How does desires turn into manifestation? That happens in quantum physics, in the quantum world. A desire is unformed probability of existence. That's what a desire is. A manifestation is formed substance of existence. Desires, unformed probabilities of existence. Manifestation, actual things that come into your world. What do I mean by unformed probability of existence? A desire means the minute you think of it, it exists somewhere out there in infinite forms, ready to be brought into a 3D form. That's what manifestation. You have control of yourself. You can be whatever you want to be. So if you really believe you can get what you need, that's true. It's easy, right? But some people don't believe it. Pumped to start walking and going to the gym. All this, and then all of a sudden my foot randomly starts hurting. I set myself up to get to work early, yet I always end up barely making it in time. Now that could be a subconscious self-sabotage, you know, because sometimes when the mind doesn't want to do something, it's going to procrastinate and it's going to sabotage us. Consciously we may want to do it, but subconsciously your mind may not want to do it. So those are little things you got to watch out for. If you keep like little hiccups like that, usually somewhere that you have like a block or a belief that you're not firmly attuned into. I have manifested money and I didn't even know it was in my account. Good. That's how you're supposed to view stuff. Just like example with the money, you manifest, you didn't know it was in your account. You don't really care about it. You're just like happy-go-lucky, focusing. You know it's gonna come. Whenever it comes, it comes. It's not a priority. It's not like something I'm like I need it. You know, most of us, we are conditioned to be in a state of need and desperation. Listen, we are conditioned that way. So you couldn't help it, I couldn't help it, because when we were young, we don't have control of our subconscious. Other people do. So from the day we got out, we were conditioned to be needy people, desperate people. And the Matrix played on that as we grew up, because it put like, says we gotta need this is what you need that. And we develop attachment to these things, which creates resistance, which creates the lack, and we push the very thing away that we want. So while we're running from it, the thing we want is running away from us. But only if we understood how the universal laws work and how energy and physics work, is that when I stop running, that's when it comes. When I stop chasing, that's when it comes. When I stop looking, that's when I find it. Those are the universal laws. When you stop trying, the problem fixes itself. It literally does. I'll give you an example. So this is my car right here, right? The M3 here. So you know I have another car, right? These guys see my other video, right? The other Mercedes I have. And I was driving that car for a little bit, but now that I got this car back, because I put it in the shop to do some work, I've been driving it a lot. So when I put it in the shop, I have this, like, I'm touching it right now, I have this Pioneer CD thing, right? But it's one of those ones that it comes out like this, boop, boop, and the screen comes up like that, right? And then when I turn the car off, it goes boop, boop, it goes back in, right? So when they were working on this car, so I got this car, like, I put a new clutch in there, like a racing clutch and short shifter, you know, got it more upgraded. I put like another airbox in there to do more power on the track. So while they were doing all the work to it, and keep my car was in the shop for like 2 months, because they had to, at this time, I had to send parts out and do all this stuff. But I got it back now about 1 month now. But when I got my car back, the CD player was stuck like this. So obviously the radio or something shorted out. The radio wasn't good. So the screen came up and I couldn't put the screen in. So it kind of was a little nag, because when I put my thing to record or anything, it's like you're driving this big bulky screen is there, and I'm pressing the button, you know, to push the screen in. I'm trying all this stuff. I went into the fuse box and I see the radio and I pulled it out, because you know sometimes you can reset the radio and it will go. I did all that stuff, man. I was trying to fix the darn thing, man. And I was like, what the hell? How this thing's not even coming on? So you know what I said? I said, that's what I said. I said, look, forget it. It's gonna fix itself. because I know how the law works. And I was driving along. I forgot about it. 2 days, it was a nuisance. The first couple of days I was annoying. I was trying. I was like, Mark, the voice said, Mark, forget about it, man. I said, all right, I did. No, 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 no. 3 days later, one day I turned my car on. Voila, the light comes on. I pressed it. It went, boop, boop. Then the light went off. It never came back on again. It fixed itself. It fixed itself. Right now I'm looking at it. That's good for me. Don't come back on. That's how life works. That's the flow state. When you let things go, it works itself out in your favor. Now it only works with the expectation that you know it's going to fix itself. It's not if you just let it go and forget about it, so it's not going to fix itself. It's not going to work like that. It works when you know that I'm going to let this go and it's going to fix itself in my favor. That's when it works. That's what I did with the radio. I said, all right, you know what? This thing is going to fix itself because I am in a flow state. Whoop! Fixed itself. Mark, when to take action? We can't sit all day long visualizing. Yeah, that's correct. You can't sit all day visualizing. That's good. Now, you have to take inspired action. So when do you take action is in preparation for your manifestation. So if you, let's say you're visualizing a new house, you want to take action by going out physically and looking at the houses you like. Do you want to go and take a picture of the house you like? You want to drive by the house you like? You want to go into the house if it's open and go check it out? Those are actions you take to visualize. Visualizing a car, you want to go by the dealer to look at the car. Or if you can't get to the dealer, you want to go on the internet, you want to pull up pictures. Those are actions. Those are what you call inspired actions to your manifest. That's all you do. That's all you do. Those are actions you take, which will lead eventually to the results. How to find blocks out my subconscious sabotage. We all have blocks, so the easiest way is just to go use a subliminal that remove all limiting blocks. They have them out there. That's the only way you're going to find blocks. Some people can pick up blocks emotionally, but there could be so many blocks. But trust me, we all have blocks. So if you want to really find your blocks, then you're going to have to do like a past, what they call like a hypnosis past regression or emotional things like that. But that's just waste of time in my opinion, because if you know the subconscious has blocks, just go get a subliminal that remove blocks. Just get one that's universal that says stop self-sabotage, feel worthy or deserving, or anything with self-love. Those usually take care of all blocks. Heal trauma. And you know, I have subliminals like that on my website. Mark, I remember correctly that you had mentioned to keep specific amounts with the lottery. Do you change the amount as the jackpot increases? Yes. Now that's something I used to say, but now I change because I still learn as I evolve, and I don't do that anymore. So I don't do specific amounts, because the reason I don't do specific amounts, I do a general amount now, because remember, something is in charge of me, my higher self, so it knows. So I'm not going to bug my brain. And the reason I don't do specific amounts, because my ego, and also I'll miss out on opportunities. For example, let's say the jackpot, someone says, Mark, I want to manifest $120 million jackpot, and the lottery, that means they only play when it's 120 mil, but you could be missing out. So what if the jackpot is 20 million? You're not going to play. So what I've learned is I have to give the universe all the options to help me. And by me taking an action, I'm playing even when it's 20 million. I'm playing when it's 10 million. Even though my goal is 120 million, the universe is very miraculous. It works in mysterious ways. Because I could go play, and I don't have to win 20 million. What if I win 50,000? What if I get 4 or 5 numbers? It's 50 grand. I take that 50,000 and I get an inspired action or a download, and I flip that 50,000, and in 4 months I make 120 million. I'm just giving you examples of how you set yourself up. That's why I don't do specifics anymore, because the universe will work everything out for me to get to my goal. You could create a business. You can do investments. That's how I do it now. How long does it take for subliminals to work? Anywhere from 3 months to 9 months, depending on your level of trauma as a child. How much toxic trauma have you been exposed to? Basically, you set the intention, let go of everything like doubt and negative thoughts. Don't entertain them, and then the intention will come true. Bam! Correct, Paper Sparrow. That's right, Paper Sparrow. I would copy that down and put it in my notes. That's a good formula right there. For example, if you're trying for 50 mil and the jackpot is now 220 mil, does the 50 mil remain in the focus? No. I mean, if you're manifesting 50 mil and the jackpot is 220 mil, you don't care about 50 mil. 220 mil is good. Would you rather have 220 mil or 50 mil? You rather, even though your goal is 50 mil, but if the universe is giving you 220 mil, you're gonna refuse it? Take the 220 mil, give away most of it, and keep 50 mil then. But the point is, just manifest as a blueprint. Say, I want to manifest millions. I want to manifest this, that. Keep in mind, guys, when I was manifesting this car, right? The car at the time was $33,000. I began to manifest $33,000 specifically, but guess what? That's why I changed it. Even though I was manifesting $33,000, that's not what I got. I got $65,000 when I won that fantasy. So you see, the universe gave me more than what I desired. And when he gave me, it really came in handy because I use a lot of that money to do stuff to the car, to make it better, to put all type of stuff, and then to invest some of it. I bought a duplex and a condo and all that stuff. So I just said, I figured, I said, man, so let me just let the universe work for me, man. I don't have, and that's what I'm talking about. We have this mentality of lack. Like we settle, we like, well, 30,000 is good. That's all I need. I'll be good for my car. But see, at that time I wasn't open. You have to be open. You have to just just have to let the universe give you abundance, man. Don't settle. Don't be like, well, I'm good for 1 mil. I'm good for. Let the universe decide what you're good for. Let the universe decide. Because remember, guys, we live in an infinite pool of realities, and there is no shortage of anything. It's a mindset concept. We give ourselves these limitations because we feel safe. It's in our comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Some people say, well, I just want $1 million, man. Okay, I just want 500,000. Okay, at 50,000, I'm good. That's good. I'm saying all that is good. But what I'm saying is keep a optimistic mind, and just don't say, what if the universe give you 100,000? Are you going to be like, damn, universe, I only wanted 50. Why did you give me 100K? I'm sure you're not going to say that. That's the mentality I'm talking about. Just be open for more abundance. We live in an abundant universe. Abundance is your birthright. Write that down. Put it in your head. Abundance is your birthright. Birthright. You mean you came into this world already abundant. All the information, the tools needed to make, all the money to make the changes, to make health, to help people, they're already in your DNA coded. Don't you realize that, people? Every desire, everything you need to be successful, to be a billionaire, a millionaire, a thousandaire, $100-aire, whatever you want to become, is coded already in your DNA. What happened is when you got into the world, that code got descrambled. It got descrambled through religion, through teachings, through school, through mainstream media. They descrambled your DNA. And now you believe that lack is a part of life. Lack is an illusion. It's scarcity. It was invented and created by the Matrix. It's impossible. Go out, look outside in the universe. It's an infinite world of worlds out there, people. Do you know what infinite means? You know you don't. You can't comprehend it. I can't comprehend it. But let that sink in. When you leave this live, go home and think about what Mark says infinite means. Think about that. Now try to put money on that. You can't. It's infinite. It means there's no end. There is even no beginning. Let that sink in. How other law of attraction coach says they manifest instantly. Is it possible to manifest in 17 seconds? It's possible to manifest right now because time is an illusion in the mind. So things can pop in, yes, instantly, but most likely not. Very rare does that happen. For something to happen like that, you have to really be in a very high vibration. It's divine timing. But the 17 seconds thing, because you don't manifest in quantity, you manifest in quality. So time is irrelevant when it manifests. Let me put something. The minute you think a thought, it manifests. That's no time. But it's not in the 3D, but it's in what we call the probability of existence reality. So the time is very misleading there. Is it okay to script daily until what I want comes through? Okay. That's a tricky one. So here's what I say with that. It's okay for you to script daily if it makes you feel good until it comes true. But if you're scripting daily just to make it come true, you're going to create resistance. You're going to create lack because you're hoping and you're doing it for that. But if you're just doing it because it feels good to script, and when you see your desire, it makes you feel good, you're going to manifest that a lot faster. So it's about the perspective of how we approach it. All right? Do you recommend meditation? Everybody should meditate every day. Yep. I heal myself from multiple sclerosis. Yes, of course. Your body, as the cells in your body listen to your mind. Remember, mind is matter. You can heal yourself from anything. Didn't Joe Dispenza heal himself from paralyzed? He was paralyzed in an accident from his neck or back, and he healed himself, right? How to manifest with the third eye? Do we visualize? So technically you don't manifest with your third eye. When your third eye is open, it automatically manifests for you. So your third eye acts with your visual. So it's not like you could just cut your regular vision and go to third eye. They're like one and the same when it's open. That's how it works. How to counter the ego voice? It comes after meditating. You got to talk to the ego quietly in meditation, but you have to hear yourself talk. How long should I meditate? Meditation is all about quality versus quantity. I can meditate in 15 seconds. I can meditate in 20 minutes. It's the same. So when you meditate, the key when you know you meditate is when you feel that state. Whatever long it takes you to get into the state, that's meditation. So you don't have to go on a long meditation. If you want to, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. But remember, when you do stuff, it's about quality versus quantity. Think of things as quality. You'll get more out of it. It'll be worth your while even more. Do you love good lyrical songs? Yeah, as long as it's positive. Amy Foy, $5. Thank you, Amy. Mark, lately my dream cards don't get me excited as they used to. Does it mean I'm in a knowing state and I'm starting to manifest? Amy, I got great news for you. It means your manifestation is getting ready to happen. Anytime you're about to manifest, guys, you will start to lose a little bit of interest in your manifestation. Like it doesn't give you the it did before. That means it's transferring from the invisible to the visible. That happened to me with the lottery. Remember, I told you, at a point I forgot. I was like, screw the lottery. I was just buying my ticket just to buy it. I didn't get that driver anymore because I was like fed up with it, man. I was like, damn, I'm not into it no more. And then within a span of 3 months, it came in. So if you're in that state, Amy, you're getting ready to manifest your goal. That's a clear sign that the dream is becoming reality. When you start to lose a little bit of interest, you're not focused on it as much anymore. What that happens because the mind accepted that it's already here. So your emotions change. Listen to this. Whenever something's going to manifest, your body's going to know before your mind. Your body will sense the vibration before your mind. Your mind catches up later. So what you're sensing is the body sensing that This is already done, so therefore we don't need to get excited anymore. Just like when I manifested and got my car, the emotion was gone. I didn't need it anymore because I got it. That's the same way manifestation works. If you're in that state, if you're at that state. So if you're at that state, you're at the last lap. Good for you. Does a chosen one always not have friends? At the beginning, yes, it does, because you're going to be incompatible with a lot of people, because a lot of people haven't been awakened yet. A lot of people are still stuck in the matrix. So it's going to be rarer to find people on your vibration. But as you continue, you're going to attract more people. You'll have more friends. But overall, most chosen ones, they don't have a lot of friends. It's hard to have a lot of friends because a lot of people aren't up on this knowledge. That's why a lot of chosen ones, that we have communities like this, like you have my channel, you have my groups, because we have a tribe mentality. So all of us know each other, all of us are on the same mindset. So you can have friends here. They don't matter, they could be in a different part of the world. But remember, the world in different parts is an illusion. We're all still connected. So that's why it's important to have groups like this, your channel where you can go to see your favorite inspirer. So you have like-minded people. Like everybody in this chat right now are all chosen ones. So you're all related and know stuff. So you do have a lot of friends. My family abused money so much it hinders my manifestation process, as if I win the lottery. Then their life will also change, but they have blocked. That's the thing about money, and that's true. That's what I was saying to you guys, that you have to change your view of money based on your family, because you're pushing money away. It's an energy, and unfortunately, that goes into the lottery. Because there's a profound statistic. It says that 70% of big lottery jackpot winners, after 5 years, most of them go bankrupt or they go broke. That's 70%. You guys are smart. Why does that happen? It happens because I teach you this, and I told you, I said you can still manifest anything with blocks. You can manifest with your blocks, but you just won't be consistent. So what happens is most people win it and they get it, but they didn't clear the subconscious blocks about feeling where they deserve it. So they have the money. Within 5 years, the mind will find a way to slowly trickle all that money out to get them to the state of they don't deserve it. That's why people, that's the shot. If those people known it and they went to change their subconscious, they'll still have all their money right now. And that money will be growing bigger. It's a pretty common. It's a common thing. Right? She's rating. Let's see. Did I miss somebody here? I dated a narc like my mother. I had to cut mad people off after realizing I'm a scapegoat of my family. Any advice? Yeah, you got it. Sometimes you got to do that. You know, the video I put out on Tuesday, I talked about that. And the motto is, I cut them off without warning. Some people like to give warning when they're gonna cut people off. I don't give warnings when I cut people off. They just get cut off. Why would you want to warn someone? Because they're gonna, it's just, you remember, guys, let me put it to you like this. And I put this in the video. I'm gonna put it to you like this to show you where you're at and what's happening. There's a 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being born. 1 in 4. So you're here right now. You've just defied the odds of 1 in 400 trillion with a T. Now check this out. The odds of you being a millionaire, just a millionaire, you know what the odds of that is? 1 in 100. So the fact that you are here, you should not let anything interrupt your peace or happiness, including your family. If your family is, in a way, they're toxic, that's affecting you, you have to find a way to block it. Now it's even better if you don't live with them, because then you can cut them off. Now what I mean by cut your family off, I don't mean you have to disown them or say I'm going to cut them, but you have to change the trajectory of how you interact with your family. You have to limit the associations. When you talk to them, you have to consistently change the subject all the time. And I'll put this in there because I talk about this in the video, but I'll say this. I experienced this very thing in my own family. My family, I have very toxic family, man. Cousins, uncles, all toxic. I don't know. I don't even know how I escaped that stuff, man. I guess it was my purpose to, but I mean, if you go back, I go to Jamaica, I hear all the stories of my family, like they're big gangsters, they have territory, they're like, man, they're toxic, man. And the interesting about my family, though, they know me as the guy, the positive Mark. They don't call me because they know they're not going to get anything and they're not going to get anywhere. They know that. They know that I don't come to the big events or anything because of the toxicity. I love them from afar. Because I understand that my peace and my happiness is very important. Because it's what drives my inspiration. It's what drives my motivation. So I'm not going to surround myself or put myself in situations that are going to compromise my growth. And when it comes to me or something, it has to be me, because I am experiencing my reality. And people don't get that. You don't have to do something to please other people at the expense of your happiness. That is a trauma personality. That's a flawed personality. That's a sign that of someone that's not yet accepted their true power of who they are. That is a hurt. That is a person that has been hurt emotionally and they don't feel they deserve love. And look, it's okay, but realize that and fix it. You fix it by understanding that you have just as much right as that person to be happy without someone. You have to please someone else, because it's 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being here. So by you being here is no accident. It's a deliberate purpose. I don't think you fathom how rare it is to be a human being, man. The thing with family, guys, we get caught up with family because they are blood and we say, oh, our family. But the truth of the matter is, man, the family are the ones you got to cut off the quickest because they have more over you. Family, they are all here. They play, every single person on this planet is playing a role. They're an actor. They're a movie. Everybody plays their role. You have the star, the co-star, the villain, the victim, the evil, the good. Everybody plays a role, include your family. They're just in your movie role. Remember, you write the script. You're the director. So if you understand how the game works, because I said life is a game, the Matrix, your family are the same thing. By being blood doesn't give them like special priority. It just means that just means that was the tool you used to get in. That's basically what it means. Your family was the tool you used to get into this world. That's all there is. They're the tool that you use to get into this world. And if your family is stopping your growth, you have to find a way to bring peace to yourself. Now look, I know it's difficult when you live with your family. I get that. But most people who don't live with their family or away this is what you have to do. But if you live with your family, you got to take a different approach, because you can't cut your mom out. You can't just go outside and be like, screw you, mom. Like, what are you going to do? So you got to use tact. What you can do, though, you can develop the ability to block their negativity. You can start to hear them, but don't listen to them. You can spend more time focusing on positive stuff to neutralize the negative stuff. Spend more time meditating. Get into your own world. Things like that. You can help yourself with people or with relationships. The biggest thing people get into relationships? You know why people get into relationships? Let me tell you why the biggest reason people look for relationships. The reason people get into relationships because they think they're missing something and they're looking for someone to complete them. Repeat that. The biggest reason people are looking for relationships because they feel that there is something missing in them and that person holds the key to their happiness. That's the main reason we all go into relationships, because we feel that person will make us feel some sort of way. Tell me if I'm lying. Marriages, all that the same way, man. The only reason you go into a relationship because that girl or that guy is going to make you feel a certain way. They're going to make me feel happy. I'm going to be happy when I'm with them. They're going to make me better. I need them because they're going to complete me. I have to prove to myself that. That's the only reason we go into relationships. Now here's the problem with that. And this is the big problem that people don't got to get. That's why you got to see big picture now. Here's the big problem with that now. Pay attention now, because listen carefully. Here's a big problem. You cannot find happiness in other people without finding it in yourself first. Should I repeat that again? You cannot find happiness in other people until you find it in yourself first. Most people don't even know that. And when they get into the relationship, that's why it fails. That's why it becomes toxic. Because what's happened now in the mind, let me get into some science and psychological factors of the mind now. In the mind, we have the brain. In the brain, we have different chemicals. We have dopamine, we have serotonin. And we have these chemicals, and they're designed to do some certain things. They're designed to keep us addicted. When you have too much dopamine, addiction. That's when people get infatuated. That's why you have passionate love crimes. So what happens, the mind doesn't know any better. So when you go for someone and you're trying to make them complete your happiness, you are now a victim of a prisoner. And you become unstable, unbalanced, and you've lost your true self. Because, and here's the most fascinating part. When a person's in love, they're the last ones to think rationally or analytically. And you need that. When a person's in love with the wrong person or the wrong thing, they can't see it. Because the chemicals of the brain takes over and they become irrational in their decisions and their thinking. That's a fact. So if you want to avoid all of that, people, find yourself first, then go find someone to complement yourself. Simply put. See how that works? I won 87 million from the Florida lottery. Congratulations, Big Ray. Can being religious hinder your manifestation? 100%. It did for me. Religion is one of the biggest blocks of your progress and manifestation, because religion is teaching you someone else's story and not yours. Religion is not spirituality. Religion is made up, and a lot of the teachings of religion are designed for you to become a victim, for you to depend and rely on external sources rather than internal sources. And we do know now through quantum physics that the world is an internal world projected from an external lens of our eyes. We do know that now. Exercise can trigger dopamine and serotonin. Yes, but here's the difference though. The body is very smart. The body knows the difference between exercise and emotional connection. It knows the difference. Because when you're with an person, you're going to touch them, you're going to feel, the body is going to remember that. So the body will know the difference. So you're not going to be addicted with exercise or dopamine, but you're more likely to be addicted with another human being because of the feeling of being wanted or being happy. So that's the problem with us. And the next big problem is, man, you can't go into a relationship if both of you ain't happy, man. It takes two happy people to make a relationship work. One person can't go in there and try to make the other person happy, because you're gonna lose. It's just like manifesting. When you want to get your manifestation up, more likely you're gonna have to be in a good mood. You gotta feel good sometime, right? That's when good stuff happened to you. Notice when all the good stuff happened to you in your life, guys. When do all these big breaks and these great stuff happen to us? They usually happen to us majority of the times when we kind of like in a feel good state. Like you just chill, you're just like flowing state, right? That's what I notice. Religion is a controlling force. I agree, Deborah. How to take action using the law of attraction. Action will come through your mind through inspired action. How to take action is to listen, observe, feel, and then move. You'll know when to take the action. Right? I'm in the same position as Amy. I lost interest, but then I remember hearing my coaches say a lot of people give up just before it happens and miss out. I have tried to force myself. No. You're doing it wrong. Listen, if you've lost interest in your manifestation or your desire, but interest means that you know you still want it, but you're not as hype anymore. It's coming. That's different than giving up. You just have to go with that flow. It's going to happen for you. You just got to let it go. Losing interest and giving up is two different things. Amy didn't give up. She just said she doesn't feel as motivated before, which is a sign that the manifestation is around the corner. If a scary event is near, how can we deal with it easier? Key point you just said. If a scary event is near. Okay? If the scary event is happening now, then it happens now. But if it's near, it's not happening. So what does that mean? If a scary event is near, if it's not happening now, it's still an illusion before it happens, right? Anything that ever happened will happen now. When it happens now, that's when I deal with it. If it's not happening now, I am not going to worry about it, because I'm going to be just focused on what I like to see. So to help you with that one, if a scary event is near, you have to see the event the opposite. See it unscary, see it working out in your favor. The easiest way to make things work is to always flip the bad to the good. We must always see what we want. Always look at the good in every situation. It's hard to do that because our brains are wired for lack, so our brains will take over and always give us the negative outlook on everything first. Kajal, I feel like to win the lottery and spread it to poor. Is that my blockage which is not allowing me to have money? No, that's not your blockage. The fact that you feel to win the lottery means that you want to be a giver. So it's not a block. A giver has an abundance. Your blockage could be more like an emotional thing. Mark, how can I purchase your first book? I have this lottery one. Go to my website. I have it up there. Either Mind Center or Mark Haughton at Quantum Vibrational Numbers. Mark, do you know about morphogenic fields and resonance? Yep. So a morphogenic field would be, all right, so here's what morphogenic field would look like. The easiest way to make it understand it. So when, like say, when you walk in, right, and you see a shadow projecting from your body, that shadow would be considered a morphogenic field. It's another dimension. So a morphogenic field would be the shadow of the spiritual world. That's what a morphogenic field means. And in the morphogenic field, it has all the information out there to create. That's the simplest way to put morphogenic fields. Mark, how do you heal others with the subconscious mind? My dad is extremely sick in the hospital, and I'd love some advice on how to use my mind to heal him. So there's a couple things you can do. You can, if your dad is open, the first thing you can do, you can get some subliminals for healing frequencies and say, hey dad, I want you to listen to this while you sleep. Just tell him it'll make him feel good, because that will go right to his subconscious and heal him. You can't do that, then you can do it remotely by visualizing a healthy dad. Now, visualizing a healthy dad, this is what you don't do. You don't visualize your dad, the process of heal. You visualize the dad just heal. Like, what was your dad like before this? How did your, like a regular dad? Just visualize your dad, the regular dad, walking out, doing stuff. He's in the yard. Don't even see the hospital. Don't even see him going in the hospital. None of that stuff. Just see him out and about doing regular stuff. That's how you're going to heal him. Yes, animals have the same. Everything has a morphogenic field, because if anything is giving off light, it has to have a morphogenic field, and every single thing gives off light. Even a rock has a morphogenic field. Also, everything has some sort of consciousness. How do you stop self-sabotage? Awareness and subliminals. Self-sabotage is very hard to control consciously, because subconscious will put us in a trance. Subconscious actually hypnotizes the conscious mind to make you sabotage yourself. Did you know that? Yeah. The reason we have self-sabotage is because the communication part of our mind, the logic, the awareness part, is cut off. So the subconscious mind can initiate the program to self-sabotage. That's why when you do something, you get back into it and say, damn, I just realized what I did, because you were in a trance. So the easiest way to fix it, you have to go subliminal world or hypnosis. Genuine Miller Draft. Thank you, Genuine Miller Draft. I love how you guys are doing these synchronicities. $27.99. Good. I ask at Miller Draft's questionnaire. I have been watching you for some time now. I think. Thank you, Mark. Anyway, Amy said she lost interest. Me too. But other coaches I hear say people quit just before it happens. So I almost find myself forcing myself to script and affirm. Yeah. So what happens is, when people quit right before it happens, is because they lose patience and they don't trust the process. Now, I don't think these people really quit. I think they just gave up the pursuit of it as importance. They kind of now start to put it on the back burner, thinking it may not happen. When someone quit, that means they totally stop manifesting. So it's not you quit. But to show you how this works, if you're at a state and you feel like you don't want to do this anymore, you don't feel as motivated, that is fine. Don't force. That's a sign that is coming. So all you do, you follow your feelings. Maybe a couple of days later you may feel it again, you do it. If you don't feel it, don't do it. But the fact that, remember now, if you were doing it before, if there was a time when you're very interested and now a time you're not interested, you've already created this thing. It was just in the time, what we call the time loop. So now you get to the point where you're losing interest. It's actually a good thing. It means your manifestation is coming in. So what you do is, you now watch behind the scenes. You just chill. Don't force anything. Even if your mind is telling you, because your mind will get into it, your ego is going to get into it. Your ego will say, man, it's been 6 months. You're going to give up now? You better go back and do your visualization. You better start meditating, man. It's close. Don't listen to it, because you're going to create resistance. If you don't feel it, guys, it's okay. Let it go. The intention and the intent and the knowing that what you want, you already put that out into the universe. It has coming back around to you guys. Trust the process, guys. Trust the creative process. All right, January Miller Draft. That's how you do that. We have to learn to trust the process. The reason we don't trust the process is because we have a logical mind that interprets more of our stuff, and a logical mind looks for a lot of evidence and stuff like that, and when it doesn't see evidence, it panics. That's trusting the process. I had to learn that, and I'm not saying it's easy, but once you letting go is the greatest strength you could have. What are your thoughts on NLP? That's neuro-linguistic programming. and programming your subconscious mind. They work. They're highly effective. So what neuro-linguistic programming is basically the mind using different waves or different frequencies on top of each other to bombard the mind to create a memory, or like muscle memory or memory, emotional memory, so you could change a pattern. That's another way you can remove it. NLP or anything like that. Okay, it says it is making you purchase it. It's going to a 404 page. So my website is being updated, so it might be some glitches. Try the other side. Try Mind Center World or the quantum vibration numbers. I'll have my tech guy check it out. Yeah, stay being optimistic. Hi Mark, Nish from India. How many times a day do you recommend visualization? I do every morning just after I wake up and every night before I go to bed with loads of emotions. That's fine. That's enough. That's enough. Remember, quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Mark, have you ever heard of someone overcoming adult ADD through manifestation? The lack of focus and consistency, the absence of execution is a stumbling block. Yes, guys, you can overcome anything through your mind. You can heal your body. People heal themselves from cancer, from paralyzation. It's all because remember your brains are wired with cells, and all your cells are alive. They listen. They are in your subconscious, and what you think about and talk to yourself, over time your cells adopt that, and your DNA changes, which changes your body. So if you believe it, you will achieve it. The first state, though, you have to believe it's possible, and then you can heal yourself. So there's nothing that's impossible with the body. The body is a very remarkable and yet very mysterious system that we're still growing to understand. And we've seen that with the placebo effects. No one knows what it is even up to today. They know it works, they just don't know exactly how it works. And just to let you know, a placebo means the body heals itself because of a belief. Sky 888. There's a nice synchronicity for you. 888. Thank you, Sky. Do you sleep fully aware, like you know what activities happening in the room? Kajal? No, I don't. I just sleep. I'm a light sleeper though. But one thing with me though, I dream every night, man, and I remember all my dreams. Mark, my nephew is locked up. How can I help him? So you got to go see your nephew and have him on some subliminals, because if you have to have him believe he can get out. So give him some positive stuff, some subliminals about freedom, believing in himself, mind creates matter or whatever. Then you yourself have to do the remote part of it now by visualizing him free over again, and that will happen. I had a client this 3 years ago, and she had a similar thing. Her nephew was locked up, and kind of showed her what to do. And I think he had, what he had? He had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had like 14 felonies, right? 14 felonies. And he was locked up. And the day he went to court for sentencing, he was there for 30 days and then they were about to do sentencing. The day he went to court for sentencing, the district attorney didn't show up. Because the district attorney didn't show up, there was some kind of clause with the charges, and the charges were dropped. When they were dropped, however, they were going to retry it. And when they went to retry it, the new district attorney didn't take that case. Long story short, he ended up getting out. So anything is possible. then there was a stipulation in I think the reason the district attorney didn't show up, there was a clause that one of those charges he got charged for, you shouldn't get charged for, and that automatically created like what's called mistrial or something like that. Yeah, you dream every day. Right? What the greatest satisfactory work to do in the world? To be of service to others. If you can help people to get their dreams, then the universe is going to help you to get yours. That's the greatest, I think. How to what thing, ego or how to what? I don't see this. I went to a store and purchased a scratch-off ticket, and when I started scratching it, it said 40K. I asked the cashier, "What is this?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "You know what it is." He's right. Cashier, that's a cool cashier. If he says 40K, and the cashier said, "You know what it is?" Maybe you're in disbelief. You just won 40,000. You gotta take that to the lottery office. The cashiers at the lottery at the regular stores, they can only give you like $500 or $600 there. So if it's more than if you win more than $1,000, anything over $600, you're gonna have to file a claim form at your lottery office. So that's a good thing. When you check your tickets and the cashier looks at you, and if he gives you that look, and what happens is they'll print a form there, and the form a little ticket that says, "Congratulations, take this to a lottery district office." Then you know you got some nice change coming to you. Mark, how to visualize to get your money back from what? Is it someone else? Yeah, to visualize to get your money back from someone else, you got to see that person like reaching out to you, very happy, and they're giving you your money back, and that's how you do it. They're connecting to you, or you can do it. You can send telepathic messages to that person, like a lot of love, and tell them like, "Hey, you want to return the money. You would love to give me my money back. Something happened, but you're willing to give the money back," and they'll do that. They'll pick it up. And if now, remember now, if they don't do that, then the universe will bring it to you from some other source. So either way, you'll get your money back. Can you talk about divine timing? How does this work? I can't talk about divine time, but a lot of us don't know how exactly it works. So divine timing would be when all the energies match up for you at a particular place and time. And divine timing is not controlled by you and I. It's controlled by our authentic self, not the 3D version. It's controlled by our higher self. Because you got to remember, like, your higher self is looking down, so it sees everything, so it knows where you're going to be at the right spot to get what you want. We can't see that. So that's my take, best way I can describe divine timing. That makes sense. Mark, how to do lucid dreams on purpose? Oh man, I think there's so much on. There's a video on Deliberate Creators channel to lucid dream, and that would be helpful. But the key to lucid dreaming is to trick the mind to be awake while falling asleep. And to do that, you'd have to get your mind in a state of theta. You know that state when you're just about to fall asleep, and then you can do something like tap your fingers, so your conscious mind is awake, and then it'll catch it in a dream. But the video's detailed, tells you more about that. Represents higher self-worth, right? Mark, what? Mark, I've won a Powerball jackpot. Congratulations. How can I send a deposit for your support? Universal basic truth. That is awesome, universal basic truth. That's one thing when you do. When you win the lottery and you give back, you know what's going to happen? You're going to win even more, because you're helping someone that's helping you. But yeah, if you want to send a deposit, man, just go into my let's see, description. There should be like a PayPal link, or you could go to my website and just use a PayPal and just make a PayPal payment. Just put whatever you want to put in PayPal as a deposit, or you go to PayPal, or you can reach me on my Facebook or PayPal. There's gonna be a PayPal link in the description. So when I upload this, or just go to any one of my videos and you look there, you see my PayPal link, and just go PayPal it right there. And make sure you put gift when you do this, because tax purposes, you know, because now they want to tax everything. Thank you though, my friend. More is coming for you. Universal basic truth. You're gonna win big more, guys. That's what you should do, guys. When you win big, you have to give back. Give back to the source. Give back to the channels, to the means of how you do it. If you don't give back to me, you can give back to someone else you're gonna help. But you must give back, because it's gonna create the circle of consistency. We each help each other. Just like I give back to you guys. I give you all the tools and knowledge and wisdom on how to win and how to change your life. Does the subconscious energy live after death? Everything lives after death except the physical body. Who you are can never die. Who you are were never born. Who you are never dies. Ooh, that sounds trippy. What is Mark talking about? How about this one? You're always we're all dead right now. We're all alive right now. We're all being born right now. In this moment, as I'm talking to you, all of us are already dead. In this moment I'm talking to you, all of us are already alive. You were never dead. You were never born. You're always born, and you're always alive. Did that confuse you yet? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But let me help you out. You see, because space, when everything began, there was no beginning, but just to make sense, everything was already mapped out. Whatever happened already happened. Somewhere in the timeline, I can look down and I can see my birth over there, my death over here, and I'm still alive here. I can see all of it all at once. So, I'm always here. The physical body goes. The consciousness exists. Actually, that's scientific evidence. Whoa, Daryl Young. Thank you, Daryl. 49.99. Excellent. I like the money emoji. I want you to think about that, guys. It's very trippy. So let me dig deeper about the death stuff, because this is going to get you. You're already dead. You're already alive. And you're born. And you're a teenager. You're an adult. All right now. The reason you're not here. So it says that you're already like existing infinitely. You're like, you know, you're reincarnated, you're in another universe parallel. So all of this is like a dream, right? So let me show you why. The reason why is all about how we view time. You see, we view time as linear. So right now, when I say we're all dead, because the reason we're not experiencing it, because we're moving in a linear time. Remember, time don't work linear. Time is one continuous moment. So there are coordinates of different timelines where all of us, right now, we don't even exist. Right now, the movie is already over. We're just watching the replay. Right now, we're on a delayed feed. It's already happened. The delayed feed is what you experience as linear time. So you should take comfort in that. That's a great thing, to understand that you don't have to fear any of this stuff. That means you could live your life to the fullest, enjoy your life, and don't fear anything, and do your passion and do your purpose, because you can't die. Thank you, DCB2, €5. Keep it up, thanks. Are you excited to be born on the next dimension? Yeah, I'm already excited. I'm there already, and I'm like trillions of times there already. There's a Mark right now in like multiple universes doing all this stuff. There's you right now in multiple universes doing all this stuff. Let me show you why. Let me show you the science behind this. Okay, here's what happens. Remember now, Let's look at our brains. What gives the brain life? You may say, well, oxygen. Okay, you may say blood. Okay, but what turns on your awareness? What makes you aware of who you are? Okay, think about that. Here's the answer to that. Microtubules, quantum physics, consciousness. Microtubules are where the quantum information comes into the brain and the little energy thing and turns you on. When you die, they just observed this lately. And they did it in somebody with a near-death experience. The person died for 2 minutes. They noticed the microtubules sent off information out into the universe. That's your consciousness. But they brought the person back. Guess what happened? His microtubules came back into his brain. So you see who you are? You are this consciousness. Now, if you understand that, where is consciousness? It's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It means it permeates in the parallel dimensions, in the fifth, sixth dimension. You are every single where. The reason you cannot be aware of all your beings right now is because we're split in fractals. We're on different branches of a tree, but we are the tree. So that's why you can't experience like a billion consciousness versions of yourself. It's like you're in a different part. It's like I'm in a house, but you and I, we're all in different rooms, but we're all in the same house. So if I want to go experience you, I go upstairs and I knock on the door and I see you. I have a direction, I have a coordinate to go there. But yet, I am still everywhere. See, does that make sense? Because this stuff gets really deep and difficult to understand. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. So yes, we are all multidimensional beings. Not only multidimensional beings, we're infinite multidimensional beings having different experiences in different dimensions. Some as human form, some as a conscious invisible form, some maybe as a different alien civilization, some may as an angel. I don't even know. There's stuff that I don't even imagine yet. But we are all experiencing something on this consciousness timeline. Okay, do we make decisions? Thoughts on free will? Well, if what I say is right and it's looking like it is, it means everything we're already predestined. From the universe began, the dice was already rolled. It was already done. So everything was predestined already. So we don't actually have full free will. Now, keep in mind now, destined is according to your desire. So it means whatever your desire is in this moment, that means you've already achieved it. That was your destiny. So if you're someone right now that's losing hope, but you have the desire, it means you've already achieved it. You're going to achieve it. That was your destiny. So everything was predetermined for us. So that's why I say you should never worry, man. You should just go with the flow and enjoy it as it goes, because you've already won. Just align yourself to receive it. If you have something in your heart as a desire, you're already done. You won already. The reason you're experiencing the doubt and the worry is one thing, man. It's called your ego. Because nobody gave the memo to the ego about this stuff. The ego was left out. So the ego had no idea how this stuff works. So the ego's on its own trying to fix stuff. That's why you worry. That's why you doubt. That's why you fret. That's why we take it personal. That's why we feel like, oh man, I'm being used. I feel like I'm taken advantage of. Oh, this person doing da-da-da. The only reason we feel all of that, guys, is because of our ego. In the long run, you don't have to take anything offensive. You don't have to make it too personal, because it really isn't that serious. Matter of fact, it's not serious at all. Matter of fact, it's just a game. If you do it that way, guys, you'll have so much accomplished in your life, because you will free up the resistance which is blocking what's in your vicinity. Renee Harris, Thank you, Renee. 1999. Mark, how do we stop the 2030 global agenda from happening? If it ain't happening now, it's not here. It's going to take care of itself. That's a illusion. That's a projection. If it's 2030 right now, it's not happening. It's not 2030. Renee Harris. Thanks, Renee. YouTube, what is it? YouTube people's egos are higher than skyscrapers. A lot of individual egos are high. Majority of people's egos are very high. But I think the reason, you know, why here's the thing, we feel we're owed something, you know. That's why we take things personal, because we've been inflated growing up. Like, but guys, and I said this in my video on Tuesday. Let's look big picture, right? And you'll see this in the video as well. But I want to put it to you like, look, guys, we're on a tiny rock in a shooting gallery. The Earth right now, you think, oh, we're living. We haven't even, according to how time works on the universe, we haven't even. It's not even a second yet since we have been alive. To us, we experience time as 1,000 years, 1 year. It's not even a blink of an eye in the universe yet that we're existing. We haven't even popped into existence yet, the time. So we're in a rock, and we're in a shooting gallery. Did you know that? Shooting gallery means there are objects and asteroids right now heading for this planet. One will hit us. First of all, there has been 4 mass extinctions on this planet. 4. And there are going to be more. It's just a matter of time. There's an asteroid right now, maybe it's 200 million years from now, but it has the name of the Earth on it. Okay? So I'm putting things in perspective. Why you shouldn't worry, why you're taking it too personal. Let's look at another one. How fragile the atmosphere is. Only from 10,000 up we can breathe. After that, there's no life. You can't. That's why when you take airplanes, it's pressurized. Because from 10,000 feet, you can't breathe. There's no oxygen. So when you look up in the sky, that's your ceiling right there. Only 10,000 feet. That's it. All existence. Within 10,000 feet, we get up into the stratosphere. And we get up into the ozone, and that's called our atmosphere. It's this thin. That's what's keeping us alive. A thin layer of atmosphere. Okay? Let me make it bigger perspective for you. There's big stars. That these stars are exploding and creating what's called supernovas. When these stars explode, they give off a very powerful energy wave called a gamma ray burst. A gamma ray burst, right now, maybe a star that's maybe 1 million light years away just exploded, and a gamma ray burst, guess where it's coming? Here, but it's 1 million years away, so you and I don't have to worry about it. So what happens? Let's say 1 million years from now, you and I are here. When that gamma ray burst hit the Earth, you know what it's going to do? It's going to strip the atmosphere. That thin layer that protects us. It's going to strip it. Instantly, as it strips it, everyone will start to suffocate and die. You can't breathe. There's no atmosphere to hold the oxygen. The CO2, your lungs will expand and explode. You'll lose consciousness. A matter of minutes, the entire population is wiped out. And in the universe scale, you don't even recognize the Earth. Let that sink in. Happens all the time. Dinosaurs have been dead millions of years. The dinosaurs were the longest living species. They existed about millions of years. Human beings, God, we've only been here for 10,000 years, man. Dinosaurs been on this planet for 200 million plus years, and they got wiped out. We're just 10,000 years in. We haven't even began our journey. Thank you, Ann Slade, $9.99. Thoughts on why we are here in the 3D world, like our greater purpose? Yes, good question. So, this is what happens when you're a conscious being and you're experiencing infinity. Things get pretty easy and mundane for you. So what happens is we create all these different experiences. And being on the 3D world is just another part of our experience as an infinite consciousness. So to answer your question, the reason why you're here is because you give life a meaning to be here. Life doesn't have a general meaning for anybody. It's what you decide to give it a meaning. So some of us will come here and we say, hey, I'm going to give this game the meaning. I'm going to give this game the meaning of seeing what a toxic relationship is like. I'm going to come here to see what it's like to be in a non-toxic relationship. I'm going to come here to see what it's like to be a millionaire. I'm going to come here to see so it's all an experience to the being experiencing it. So you're here to have your unique experience based on your consciousness. That's the 3D world. That's what it is. It's all about just experience something of a fractal part. Great question, Yangsley. Thank you. $9.99. We are a very young species. The Earth has had 4 mass extinctions. And let me tell you something about the Earth, guys. When the Earth has a mass extinction, the Earth does a very good job of covering it up like you've never seen it. Because these sediments get layered and layered. Imagine 200 million years ago. For you to dig to find something, you'd have to almost go down hundreds of thousands of feet, miles to find evidence. So you know there could be civilizations that existed here, advanced civilizations, but they're so buried that we haven't found any evidence of them because it could be miles below because sediments get deposited on sediments. That's, for the record, that's how we date stuff. That's how we date by the geological changes of the Earth. We see erosion and sediments deposit, so we can look at the sediments instead and look it down and we can see the timeline of how these stuff happen. For example, they looked in the sediments and they could see the tree barks that were burned from the asteroid. That's how they knew a giant asteroid hit, because all the tree sediments had burnt fire on them. That's how powerful it was. The more you know, right? Yeah, the crater was found in the lower Gulf of Mexico. So that's where you're correct. That's where they found the crater. Huge crater. Mark, what do you think happens when we run out of those experiences? We do not find the level of experience and interest anymore. That's the thing. You can't run out of those experiences though, guys, because remember, we're in an infinite universe. Now keep in mind, there are also experiences that we can't comprehend yet because our brains haven't evolved to notice those experiences. So keep that in mind as well. So we only have listen, we're only experiencing 1%. You can't experience something if you don't know about it. So that means there are also untapped future experiences that our body hasn't even begun to examine. Think about that, people. So we can't run out of those things. Our brains are just too small to get the whole picture. So I'm saying to you right now, you think this is all there is, this is all the experience there is. There are actually experiences that are the unimaginable, that you and I can't even get to it because our brains haven't developed, our bodies hasn't adapted the nerves to feel those things. Imagine that. Trippy, man. Trippy. Mark, once you start seeing angel numbers, do you see them forever, or is it if you're locked in, you're going to see angel numbers forever? They're part of you now. You're entangled. They're going to help you always. It never ends, correct, Gerde. It never ends. We are not able to catch up due to being in a different dimension. That is absolutely correct. What does it mean to see our doppelganger? That's just an example of how particles repeat each other, that there's infinite parallel universes. But everyone on the planet has someone that looks like them because your particles have to repeat. So seeing your doppelganger is just an observation to show you that, wow, everything repeats. You repeat. Mark, please tell us the best way to shift reality. Okay. Here's the best way to shift reality, guys. I'll show you right now. This is what you do. Whatever you're doing, you stop and you observe your surroundings like this. You look around like this. What I'm doing right now, I'm bringing myself into the present moment, because now now I understand where I'm at. I'm here in the present. Okay? Once I'm there, I think about my future self. Now I shift my reality, because I can only shift reality in the present. You need the present as a doorway to get to anywhere. If you can't get to the present, you can't get to your dimension. That's the easiest way to shift reality. Bring yourself in the present, catch yourself, and say, okay, I'm here. As soon as you catch yourself, think about whatever you want to shift, your desires, and then you will now start to energetically move into that reality. That's the easiest way to shift into realities. For the record, that's my secret when I play the lottery too. That's how I get numbers a lot. I think about random numbers, and then I guess as soon as I get out of it, they pop in my head, and then I play those numbers. So I just gave you one of my secrets. Does quantum entanglement affect the speed of a collapse? No, because when in quantum entanglement, speed doesn't exist there. It's an instant connection. It's immediately happening, because they've experimented with this. You can put a particle 10 million light years away, and the other particle will know exactly what the other particle do without any delay in time. So it seems like it's breaking the laws of physics, because nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, but it's an instantaneous thing. So what that says, it says that there is a universal connection to everything, and time doesn't play a role in it. Got it, guys? Would love to continue, guys. We'll do another one. Like I said, I do this every week. I'll keep this routine going either Saturday or Sunday. And thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for your donations as well. Thank you for listening. And this will be up again, and you can upload it. But it's good when we can come in and you guys can just bring these questions, because I know it helps a lot of individuals. It helps everybody else to get their desires manifested. So I'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.